Hi, my name is John Stevenson, the Guaranteed Retirement Guy. Today we're going to be talking about 3 types of common annuity scams that you need to be on the lookout for. So annuity scams are really just someone who is being dishonest with you in trying to sell you an annuity. Annuities are great products, okay? They're great financial products, and people who are wealthy, people who are middle class, and even people who don't have very much money at all use them. And they're very, very useful for providing guarantees as part of your portfolio. But unfortunately, there are some scams out there. And really a scam artist, in my opinion, is just an agent who is willing to kind of push beyond truth and be less than honest and try to sugarcoat and really try to sell you something that may be not in your best interest. Okay, so let's talk about some common scams. Well, first one would, of course, be agent-produced scams. So agents, maybe if they're trying to get you to send the money for the premium for your annuity to a P.O. box or to an address that is not the address of the carrier, of course, that would definitely be a no-no, and that is certainly something you want to look out for. Whenever people send money to an annuity contract to fund it, it always goes straight to the carrier, okay? So whenever I set something up for someone and they are looking to wire funds, okay, they can call the annuity company themselves and verify the wiring instructions, okay? So there's no mystery on how to do that. And of course, if the money is just being sent straight to the carrier, then I will provide them a FedEx label that will forward straight to the carrier, and they can see the carrier's address on that as well. And it's usually a physical address because FedEx will not send to a P.O. box. So you have to do a physical address anyways, okay? So just make sure you verify. It's important to verify because when agents are coming in, they're saying, hey, send the money over here or send it to my office. You never need to send the money to their office, okay? It just doesn't work that way anymore, okay? It's always going straight to the carrier. Now, if it's a 401k, they're going to send it to your house, and then you will send it to the carrier. All right, so the second most common annuity scam is twisting and churning. Well, what is twisting and churning? Well, it's an agent come in and maybe they just sold you an annuity policy, but then they found out that there's another one. It's even better. And they're going to sell you into that one. They say, hey, you know what? I know you're going to get a surrender charge, but it's okay. We're going to throw you into this new one. They give you higher growth, higher income, whatever. The problem is they don't really talk to you about all of the losses that you're going to incur. And especially as we get older and if we have problems mentally, we'll trust them and we can lose out on a lot of money. And of course, they get paid commissions over and over and over. So that's what is called churning your account. It's a term also used for broker dealers who, if they decide to make too many trades in your account that you're supposed to have, maybe you're a long-term investor. And if you're a long-term investor, you're only going to have very few trades, maybe a few per year, because they're only going to basically just rebalance, right? Versus someone who's actively trading your account just so they can earn commissions. That is called churning. Okay. And insurance agents could do that as well. Okay. Now think about also twisting. Twisting. It's kind of like twisting your arm. Well, what are they twisting your arm to do? Well, they're trying to push you into something that may not be suitable. And I find this probably to be the most common practice. I have a ton of people who reach out to me and they're like, hey, John, I've got this annuity illustration. They're showing me, it looks really good. It's like 50% returns. Is this even possible? And I'm like, yeah, it's possible. But you're not going to get it, right? They're getting like, 500% participation rates. And of course, if the index does 10%, yeah, you'll get 50% for sure. But it rarely happens, okay? And these insurance agents will try to twist you into something that will pay them a huge commission. You know, that annuity will probably pay you a lot less income than another annuity out there that will pay them less commission and pay you a much higher income, okay? That is twisting someone into something that is in the best interest of the advisor, not in your best interest, okay? So, and that goes for growth annuities and income annuities. They're always trying to show you and show you the very best scenarios, not the worst case. I like showing you worst case, okay? I would rather you see the worst case, especially if income is on the line. Because if you want guaranteed lifetime income, I'm going to show you the worst case scenario for the index because I want you to see the account value going down in value, but also I want you to see that your income never ends, okay? And if you have an income rider attached, that income will never end. Okay, it will be for your life, and if it's joint, it'll be for the life of your spouse. Okay, so that's what's so good about those. But I'm not going to sit there and promise you that the index is going to deliver these huge returns and your account balance is going to go up even if you're taking out this huge amount of income. Usually you can't get both. It's either high amounts of income or growth, but not both. Okay, you can get a hybrid of both, but one of them's going to suffer for the others, right? If you want more growth, you're going to have less income. You can always choose an annuity with no income rider fee, and of course the account balance is going to last a lot longer for your beneficiaries. Okay, so something to remember when you're deciding which one to pick. But remember, if your advisor is showing you something that is too good to be true, trust your gut. Okay, your gut will tell you what is true. I promise you. All right. So the third common scam. You probably haven't heard of this one. It's the secondary annuity market. Okay, what is that? Well, that's when you sell your annuity payments for a lump sum, right? And so what they could do is they could twist you into something that is not very, very good for you, or they can promise you a payout that is never realized. You have to make sure that you're working with an agent who deals with the secondary market. Okay, I'm not that agent. I don't deal with those, but you have to make sure you're dealing with one that deals specifically with those and who specializes in those, and also work with an attorney who will look over those documents. Okay, you want to make sure that if you're, maybe you're terminally ill and you're like, you know what, I don't need my income. I just want to take the lump sum out and I want to get as much as I can. Make sure you work with someone who specializes in the secondary annuity market, and also work with an attorney who specializes in looking at those contracts to make sure that you are getting the best deal possible. Okay, so these are the common ways that people get scammed in the annuity industry. And unfortunately, you know what? There's scam artists everywhere. Okay, you've got scam artists in the annuity industry. You've got scam artists for investments. You name it. There's a scam artist for anything. Anything that has to deal with money. Unfortunately, people can scam you out of it. And there, unfortunately, are so many people out there that are dishonest, and they justify it to themselves a lot of times by saying, you know what, I'm going to give them something that's okay, but it's going to give me a much higher benefit, and I'm okay with that. And they'll kind of justify to themselves that it's okay because you're getting something that's decent. And I find that really appalling, because when you've had this money that you've been saving, you've been investing your whole life, you want as much income, you want as much growth, and then you trust this guy to come in here and show you the best product, and you look at it, you're like, wow, this is really good, but then you don't know, and in his back pocket, he's got something that's so much better for you that pays him half the commission, but he won't share it with you because it doesn't pay him the most. Okay, that's a problem. Okay, and if you are thinking, all right, well, how do I protect myself against these type of people? How do I protect myself from scams? Okay, well, you need to research the advisor you're working with. Okay, research them. Research me. Look me up. Okay, if you want to find out if I'm licensed in your state, look at the NAIC. Okay, that'll tell you if I'm licensed. And of course, there are some times where, especially when I was starting out, when I wasn't licensed in a particular state. It's not hard for us to get licensed. If we're licensed in one state, we literally pay a fee and we're licensed in the next state in like 2 or 3 days. Okay, so that's not hard. So that's one thing to look at, but probably not the most important, because anyone can get licensed in any state. So another thing that I would look for is see what certifications that they have and what kind they have. There's so many fancy certifications out there, that can make you look good, but not necessarily great for the client. They just, hey, we want to build some credibility, so I'm just going to go get a bunch of certifications. Or maybe I'll just put some fake certifications on and hope you don't look it up. Okay. Well, there is a certification that I have that I think you should look up. It's called the Certified Financial Fiduciary. Okay. What is that? Well, a certified financial fiduciary has to do what's in your best interest. I have to show you the best options, especially if they pay me less. Okay? I'm not allowed to show you only the options that pay me the most. I can show you those, but I certainly better be showing you all of the other options that are paying me less and pay you more income, especially if they pay you more income. Okay? And if they pay you a higher rate of return, you need to know about it. I want to tell you, unfortunately, there are a lot of guys out there that will not show you those, okay? Or maybe they can't. Maybe they're captive and they're told that they can only sell one product. And I can understand that. There are new agents out there that are with an agency that basically that agency is in bed with that carrier, and they're getting these huge overrides on the sales of their agents. And of course, the more volume that they sell, the more that agency earns. And of course, they're going to push their agents to sell that one product. Okay. That, in my opinion, is breaking a fiduciary responsibility. And in a way, it's scamming people, okay? It really is scamming people because you're being dishonest. People are looking to you for the best advice. And as an advisor, and especially if you're a certified financial fiduciary, you are obligated to share the best products and be able to explain all of them and be able to recommend the best one for your client, even if it pays you half the commission you would receive from something else that is not as good for that client, okay? So that's what you need to do. If you are worried about being scammed, okay, trust your gut. Trust your gut. And if something doesn't feel right, if it feels fishy, feels too good to be true, then don't buy it, okay? Don't buy it, okay? Annuities are contracts. They're contracts with the carrier, and the carrier will make money off of them, and they're going to provide you some outstanding guarantees, okay? But there's always give and take, right? If you're going to give a huge amount of guaranteed income, then you're not going to get a ton of growth, okay? You won't get a lot of growth in the index. If they're going to give you a bonus up front, 20 or 30% bonus, they're going to throttle your future gains, okay? There has to be some give and take. So you have to remember that. If an agent's coming to you and they're saying they're going to give you this, they're going to give you this, and this, and this, don't trust them, okay? And then if that agent is telling you that they are a certified financial fiduciary, then you better look it up, okay? You need to look people up and make sure that they really are who they say they are. And just look them up online, okay? See if they've got a Google Places page where they've got reviews, okay? If they've got video reviews, look that up, okay? They need to be super transparent. You need to be able to find out as much about them as possible before you buy an annuity. And of course, if you look me up, you're going to find me in a lot of publications, okay? I train agents all over the nation with Annuity.com. I'm one of the founders of Annuity.com, and I also write for Annuity.org. I write for Think Advisor, and that is to train other agents on how to do their job better. Okay, I've had a radio show. I've had a lot of publications that I have been featured in because I am an expert in annuities. And so when you're looking for someone, and even if it's not me, if you're working with someone, make sure that they are who they say they are, make sure you can trust them, and make sure they're showing you everything that's available. And don't take their word for it. Make sure that you can actually research it on your own. And so having said that, if you want to go to my website, johnstevenson.com, and go to the Annuity Search tab, you'll notice that you can actually find annuities on your own. Okay, you can see all the top ones, and then you can contact me and say, hey, John, I want this, right? Instead of, you might be worried, I wonder if John's going to show me this highest payout one because it's paying him less commission. Well, I already know that you can see everything, okay? So I'm going to show you everything that's available, and I'll give you a lot more detail. So if you want to book a call, you want to talk about all the top annuities, you want to work with someone who's not going to scam you, okay? I don't care if my commission's 3 points less than the other one, okay? It's all going to even out over time anyways, okay? If you want someone who's transparent, who wants to work with you and work with your family, especially if you pass away, I want them to be able to be comfortable following up with me, calling me up, okay, knowing that I'm going to be in their corner. Then I would highly recommend that you book a call with me. Okay, there is a link below this video. As all of my videos, they have a link to my calendar. Okay, you can book a call with me. We'll talk about all of your annuity options. Okay, I'm not going to hold anything back. Okay, and of course, if you want to buy one, I hope that you'll work with me. I'd love to set it up for you. I'd love to serve you, and I'd love to work with you after the sale of that annuity as well. So anyways, if that makes sense, if you found value, please like, subscribe, share the video, and please book a call. If you want to talk about annuities and you feel like I'm your guy, the guaranteed retirement guy for setting up guarantees in your retirement, then book a call. All right. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.